Today, you'll learn how to create a basic Spring Boot app and deploy it on Koyeb. Spring Boot is an open source Java framework used for programming standalone production-grade Spring-based applications with a bundle of libraries that make project startup and management easier. For this guide, you'll need a Koyeb account and Java installed on your machine. To get started, let's create the Spring Boot application. Visit the Spring Initializer page at start.spring.io. There's a link in the description with all the parameters you need to generate the app. And here's a list of the configuration information for your app. You want to choose Maven as the project, Java as the language, com.koyeb as the group, example Spring Boot as the artifact, jar as the packaging, and Spring Web for handling dependencies. Click Generate and then save the provided zip file to your local computer. Open a terminal window and unzip the zip file to access your project files. Now this is a good time to open the project in the IDE of your choice because we're going to dive into example Spring Boot application.java and modify the code. This code imports the necessary classes and interfaces to make a web application from the Spring Boot and Spring Web packages. It defines one class with annotations to mark it as a Spring Boot application and REST controller. This class has a main method to bootstrap the Spring Boot capabilities, as well as a hello method that is mapped to respond to requests at the /endpoint with hello world. With our changes saved, let's run our Spring Boot application locally using the Spring Boot run command in the terminal. With our app built and running, we can visit the app's URL in the browser to see our hello world message. Now go ahead and shut down the app using Control-C as we're going to make a modification to the starting command. This Hello World Spring Boot app currently runs on port 8080, but you can configure it to run on the port specified by the port environment variable, allowing you more flexibility. Let's open the application properties file in the source main resources directory and add server port configuration under the current code. This allows us to configure a port, but if left blank, the app will fall back to use port 8080. So let's rerun our app to confirm that it runs on 8080 by default. And here we can see our Hello World message at port 8080 as expected. And if we shut down the local app and start it again with a port value of 5555, we can see that the app is now available on that port instead of 8080. Now we're ready to deploy our Spring Boot app to Koyeb. You can optionally Dockerize your project and push it in a container to Koyeb. Check out the quick start linked in the description for details on what to include in your Docker file if you choose to do that. For now, we'll just push our project to a GitHub repository for deployment. First, create a Git repo and add a basic git ignore that is designed for a Maven project. We'll also specify the Java runtime version to use so that the Koyeb Java build pack executes the project with the correct version. Let's stage and commit our project and then push it to GitHub. Add your origin info to the command to push your repo. To deploy to Koyeb, we can use the Koyeb control panel or the CLI. I'll be showing you the control panel today. Instructions on deploying from the terminal using the CLI are linked in the description. First, click Create Web Service and then select GitHub as the deployment option. Choose the GitHub repo and branch for your project and select Build Pack for the repo since we didn't set up a Docker file. Name the project whatever you want. In this case, I'm calling mine Example Spring Boot. Now, click Deploy, and your service is now being built and deployed. Let's follow the public URL to view. And that's it. You've built a basic Spring Boot application and deployed it to Koyeb. To go further, check out our tutorials for more in-depth Koyeb projects and solutions. Thanks for watching.